Till now we have studied about how an information is received by a neuron, how the neuron passes on that information, and how supposedly a particular action is being taken. Now we will understand actually how does the nervous tissue cause an action, because we have studied the nervous tissue is responsible for taking the message, passing it, and then deciding what action would be taken. But how does it happen? So the very first step was that the nerve impulse is generated. So nerve impulse is generated, it will reach the muscle. Remember children, the nerve impulse was generated, it can reach a muscle, it can reach another neuron, and it can also reach another gland. So here we are taking an example of a muscle. So the nerve impulse which was generated has reached a muscle. The muscle cell will now move by changing their shape. Now we was talking about how an action will be taken. Action will be taken only when my muscle cells will move. And how will the muscle cells move? Muscle cells will move by changing their shape. Again a question arises. How will this change in the shape brought about? How it will be brought about? So this will happen because of the chemistry of the cells. That means the chemistry of the cells is now involved in bringing about a change in the shape of the muscle cells. So here I would like to mention the two special proteins that are present in our muscle cells. These are known as actin and myosin. So these two special proteins are responsible for rearranging the shape of the cells. How does it happen? It happens because it is responsible for the contraction and relaxation of the muscle cells, the muscle filaments. So whenever this actin and myosin comes into action, our muscle cells constantly contracts and relaxes. That means we have seen a change in the shape as well as the arrangement also. And that is what we were talking about, that it has finally caused the muscles to move. Okay? So how the muscle moved? The muscles moved because there was a change in the shape. If the same question comes in your 1 mark question, that how does a muscle move, you will say because of the change in the shape of the muscle cells. But when the same question is asked in the 2 mark section, you will have to explain this process, that there is a change in the shape of the muscle cells because of the rearrangement of the muscle. And this is because of the proteins actin and myosin. So the same question will need an explanation if it is marked and asked in the larger section. But this is in the case of your animals, because when you talk about the nervous system, we are talking about the animals. How does the plant move? Do the plants move? Do the plants move? And there is a difference between movement and locomotion, children. When I talk about the movement is just the change in your existing position. For example, if I just move my leg ahead and I am walking, this is known as locomotion. This is not movement. But at the same place, if I am moving my hands in and out, so this is movement. So yes, the plants also move. It bends towards the sunlight, so we can say the plants move. The stomata opens and closes, so we can say the plants move. So is it the same process as it happened in the animals? No. In case of the plants, though the movement takes place due to the change of shape of the cells, but here it is because of the movement of water. It is not because of the chemistry of the cells, not because of the proteins. It is because of the movement of water. So let's recapitulate what we studied in the first chapter when we studied about the stomata. So here is again the structure of the stomata. Stomata are the pores present on the leaf surface. So see the guard cells. When the water moves inside the guard cells becomes turgid. Okay, it becomes tight. It's just like the balloon. So when you fill the water inside a balloon, it will become tight, it will become turgid, and it will be moving apart. So the stomata will open. We have seen that the shape has changed. Exactly opposite to it, when the same water will move outside the guard cells will become flaccid. Now it will change its shape. It is no more tight. Just like in a balloon, if you take out the water, it will come back to its original shape. The two balloons will stick together. So here also, as the water has moved out, there is a change in the shape. Both the guard cells have come close to each other, because of which the visible pore, the stomata, has now closed. Here you have seen the change in the shape. You have seen the movement, and this is all because the water movement. So in case of plant, the movement takes place because of a function of water, while in case of animals, it takes place because of the special proteins present in the muscle cells. So again a question can be asked, differentiate between the movement in plants and in animals. Then you will say that in case of the plants, it happens because of a function of the water, while in case of animals, it happens because of the change in shape caused by these chemicals, these proteins, which are actin and myosin. I hope now you have understood.